Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking a look at the Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Elita-1, Optimus Prime's waifu. Sorry about that, that's just my weeb side coming out again. Anyway, now even though she only appeared in one episode in the original Transformers G1 cartoon, she must have made a really good impact because now we have a bunch of modern figures for her, which is awesome. We definitely always need more fembots in the Transformers toy line. Alright, and as you can see, here is Elita-1, but let's talk about accessories. First off, here we have one of her blasters. As you can see, it is in translucent blue, and then she has her second one, and they're both different, which is actually pretty cool. So she has two different weapons, and of course you can combine them here with these ports and whatnot, and you can make like a new weapon, because I think that's like the whole gimmick of Legacy Evolution, that is. But one other accessory she has is actually on her back here with this right here. As you can see, it's this part, which is just a separate piece, the top of her head here. And at first I thought, when I first saw pictures of this, I actually thought that this was her actual head. And I was like, why would they put her head like this? Because it looks kind of dumb. Turns out, no, that's cartoon accurate. So yeah, that's why they did that. So it's pretty neat. And because it's a separate piece, if you don't like it, you can just remove it here like that. And so you just have it like that. So if you don't want this in your car mode, you can just remove it and basically have her without it in the car mode. But if you do, you can just pop that thing back in. Me personally, I'll probably keep this on there just so I don't lose it, and because I'll probably display her in robot mode anyway. But that's pretty much it for accessories. Now, Elita-1, I think the figure looks fantastic, and she displays really well with your other Transformers figures. And I'm really glad because they went for something that's a bit more unique when it comes to female characters in Transformers. Because usually what they do is they'll take a slender body type, they'll just take your vehicle mode, slap it to the back of that, and boom, you got your Transformers fembot. This one, on the other hand, they really wanted to incorporate that, oh, she's a robot that actually transforms into something. And as you can see, some of the car bits go onto limbs instead of just being on her back. Of course, she still has a backpack, and that also means she's kind of back heavy, but they really tried to make it more elegant, I guess you could say. Now, because she shares the same mold as Minerva, she has her shoulder pillars or shoulder pads. However, you can also change it up and give her more of like a massive camping bag look if you really want to. I prefer just to keep the shoulder pads personally. But, you know, you do you. However, you can give her jetpacks if you attach the blasters, and you can even maybe give her an Amara the Starscream look, although she can't really hold it up. Which brings me to a problem with the figure, which is that her backpack doesn't really tab into anything, which is really unfortunate because then it kind of just flops there. And there's also clear plastic for her windshield, which means that the hinges is also made out of clear plastic. And I think everyone in the Transformers fandom now knows that, you know, clear plastic, I don't know, it's kind of fragile, so I'm a little careful around those hinges. And it's also kind of dumb that she has clear plastic, but I'll talk more about that in her vehicle mode. I really like her head sculpt design, and this may just be me, but it kind of gives me like cutesy anime vibes. But that doesn't mean you can't pose her in some action fighting poses, because her articulation is actually pretty decent for a Transformer figure that has to transform into a vehicle mode and then also have a robot mode and transformation, you know, like a puzzle toy as well. But aside from that, you can get her some pretty nice poses, some punches, some kicks. She even has a waist swivel, which is really nice. But I do wish that her head had a little bit more tilt, because it is kind of limited. Well, not kind of, it is limited. Transformation wise, her transformation is actually pretty fun. The only really finicky bit in her transformation is trying to get the arms to tab in, because you gotta like move it out of this tab and then tab it to this thing, but then make sure it lines. It's a whole bunch of things, but it's not too bad. I'm probably making it sound worse than it actually is. It's just once the first couple times you transform it, the arms is probably gonna be what confuses you, but after you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. And then the vehicle mode is really nice. And I really do mean it. I think the vehicle mode looks great. You can even put her Burger King crown back on if you want. And she has a bunch of ports to store her weapons, which is really nice. Heck, you can even put it on the back to make her look like a fighter jet car. Maybe she can join the aerial bots now. And yes, you can store it on the back, in case you were wondering. I also really like how the rims on her wheels are painted white, just adds that much more detail to them. Although they aren't pinned, so they don't really roll that well, but it's a minor nitpick. However, what isn't a minor nitpick is that the back of her vehicle mode is just her feet, but they don't really tab into anything, so they're kind of just loose there, and they don't really look that great, unfortunately. And aren't you just glad that they use clear plastic for the windshield, because how else would you be able to see the interior car details? And by that, I mean the robot mode's torso. In vehicle mode. Awesome. Although, isn't it funny if you actually sit down and think about, like, if a robot mode was just under the car the entire time, like, what would happen if a mechanic was, like, working on them?
Now don't you worry, ma'am. I've been fixing cars since the age of 5. So I can fix any car you need. Although I've never heard of the car brand Cybertronian before. Must be one of those new electric car companies. Anyway, I'll just take a look under the car to see what...
Size comparison time. Here's the Transformers Netflix series Voyager class Optimus Prime. Here is the Transformers Legacy Leader class Megatron Armada version. Here is the Lego Iron Man, or a Lego Iron Man. And here is the Titans Return Deluxe class RC. And so my overall thoughts of the figure is that it's pretty good. And aside from the minor flaws she has, I think it's a worthwhile pickup if you're a fan of Elita-1. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you all next time. Bye!